Hello and welcome to Task 2. In Task 2, we will show you how to add shapes to your Google Slides and then how to hyperlink those shapes so when you're in your presentation mode, you can click on the shape and it will take you to the specific slide that you intend to bring the user to. So to start this process, I'm going to first use the zoom tool so that I can zoom in on the image, and I'm going to select 200%. And then I'm going to scroll down here to the lowest layer of the atmosphere, the troposphere in the diagram. And I'm going to add a rectangle by clicking the shape tool, selecting the shapes menu, and selecting then the rectangle. I'm going to bring my drawing tool, which I just missed. Try that again. Bring the drawing crosshairs to the top of that part of the diagram, and I'm going to click and drag and release the rectangle right on top. Okay, now you'll see what will happen is that shape will be drawn in and will be filled in, and we won't be able to see the troposphere anymore. But we're going to change that in a little bit. So for now, we're just going to leave it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to hyperlink that shape. So I'm going to click that shape, and under the Insert pull-down menu, you'll see you also have shapes in the Insert pull-down menu, but we're going to look for something called Link. And the shortcut for this is Control-K. So I can either press Control-K or I can select Insert Link from the menu. And now it asks me to paste a link. Now, if I wanted to link to a website, I can copy and paste the URL address for a specific website in here. However, I want to link to a specific slide in this presentation. And of course, because we're on the troposphere, I'm going to click that little pull-down menu, and I'm going to scroll down until I find slide 3, troposphere, and I'll select the troposphere. Then I can click apply. Okay, now we're going to repeat those steps for each of the other layers. So again, I select shapes, rectangle, and I'm going to draw a rectangle now over the tropopause. And I'm going to hit Control-K, and I'm going to link that to the tropopause. And then hit apply. Okay, so you can pause the video here, and you can continue drawing your shapes on each of the other layers and linking them to the appropriate slides. When you come back, we're going to show you how to present this so you can see what will happen when you finish. Okay, now that you've finished adding the shapes all the way up through the thermosphere, you'll notice our diagram did not contain an exosphere, so we're going to add one final shape. Select that rectangle again, and then we're just going to add a shape right at the top here. Add that rectangle in there, and we'll Control-K, and we're now going to link to that last slide, the exosphere. Now, since this one will not be on the diagram, we're going to double click inside, and we're going to type the word exosphere. You can reduce that font size a little bit. You can select a new font if you'd like to. And this tool here, the Align tool, you can center that in the middle, and you can also align that so it's centered up and down vertically within the rectangle. All right, so now that you have all your shapes drawn in, this diagram will now become interactive. And I'm just going to hit present so you can see how this works. When I hit present, if I click on this shape here, it will bring me to the slide that it's linked to. I am going to need a way to get back to the diagram. So I'll show you how to add another button that will take you back to this diagram, and we're going to show you the fast way of doing this so you don't have to make a new one on every slide. We're actually just going to click on the first slide, the exosphere. I'm going to go back to that zoom. I'm going to zoom back out to fit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create another shape, and this time we'll use a circle. And in the bottom right, we can draw a circle. Now, if I hold the shift button down while I'm drawing that circle, it will keep it a circle. It'll keep the proportions the same, so you won't wind up with an oval. And if you double click inside of there, you can type the word diagram. While we're on this shape, we can show you a couple of quick formatting tips. You can change the color of the text. And you can change the fill color with this paint bucket here. You can change the font. You can boldface the font. You can make the font fit by shrinking it or increasing the size of your button. You can also change the border color with the yellow, and you can change the border thickness here with the border weight button. And I'm going to select 8. And then I'm going to position this button in the bottom right hand corner, either using the arrows on my keyboard or the mouse pad. Okay, now that you've created that button, we have to hyperlink that button. So if you remember how to do that, you can either use the insert pull down menu and link, or Control K. And now you're going to link to the slide that has the diagram on it, which is slide 2, and then hit apply. Right, now you've made one button. Now you can repeat those steps on every page, or if you like to save time like I do, you can click that button that you've now made and you can copy it. So Control C is copy, or you can go up to edit copy, or you can 2-finger tap on your mouse pad and you can select copy from there. So there's several ways of copying. And then you can just click on slide 4 and Control V will paste, or you can 2-finger tap and paste, or you can select paste from the edit pull down menu. And then you just click on each slide and paste. Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. And now you have that button, which will link you back to the diagram. All right, finally, we're going to show you how to take the fill color out of these rectangles by clicking on them. And you can select the paint bucket, change the fill color to transparent. Okay, now the rectangles are still there. And while I'm taking the fill color out, what I want to do is I want to increase the border weight to 4. And I'm going to change the border color to yellow just so it stands out a little bit. And you can do that for each of your shapes. And a quicker way to do that is to hold your control button down while you click on each one of these. So I'm holding the control button down as I'm clicking on each of these shapes. And what that does is selects just the rectangles, not the image that's behind it. And now I can apply that transparent command to all of those shapes at the same time. I can also change the border weight all at the same time and the border color all at the same time. And again, that saves you some time. All right, so now you have these buttons essentially on top of the diagram. And when you present this, and again, if you click on the stratosphere now, it'll take you to the stratosphere slide. Okay, in the next task, you'll start to add some content to your slides, and we'll show you then how to format the content on the slides by formatting images, fill color, shapes and lines, and so on. Okay, thanks for watching.